What if it was possible to have local, fresh groceries delivered right to your door? Think of all the free time you'd have. Well, Instacart gives unlimited grocery delivery for one low monthly fee. Forgot that special ingredient in your favorite dish? Instacart can deliver it to your front door in as fast as 1 hour. You can shop multiple stores, see deals in your area, and save time and money. I've been using Instacart for over 3 years. I started using them in Arizona, and I'm using them here in Florida. I love the time-saving convenience. They pick the freshest products, and they keep my eggs safe too. To receive your first delivery free, follow the link in the show notes so that Instacart knows that we sent you and to help support the show. Instacart. Never step foot in a grocery store again. Welcome to Empowered Within, a soul-quenching, transformational podcast that will set your soul on fire through candid and inspiring conversations. Leading experts, celebrities, healers, and I share our journeys of how we've overcome challenges to living an empowered life from within. I'm your host, Jennifer Pilates. Welcome to another episode of Empowered Within. Hi there, and welcome to today's bonus episode. I recently had the honor of being interviewed on the podcast, Secrets of the Self-Made, with host Tracy. We had so much fun. We talked everything mindset and how to not only align, but how to sustain optimal mind and body health. I'd love to know what you think of the episode. Pop over to Apple, leave your thoughts and comments along with your 5-star rating in the reviews. Sit back, relax, and enjoy today's bonus episode.
Welcome to the Secrets of the Self-Made, the podcast that takes you behind the scenes of some of the most successful and inspiring entrepreneurs and self-made individuals. Join us as we delve into the stories of those who have achieved great success, uncovering the secrets that allowed them to overcome challenges, push through obstacles, and ultimately achieve their dreams. From business magnates to creative geniuses, we explore the traits, habits, and mindsets that set these individuals apart and offer valuable insights and practical advice for anyone seeking to achieve their own success. Sit back, relax, and prepare to discover the secrets of the self-made. Welcome back to the Secrets of the Self-Made. Today I have Jennifer Pilates with me, and I am really excited. We just spent the last 15 minutes getting to know one another, and I was telling her that I'm all about comprehensive health, mental, emotional, metabolic, and physical. And the one missing link, if I'm being honest, at Self-Made You is really the physical component of it. Like, what is your go-to physical fitness routine? So it's so amazing that we have Jennifer here today to talk to us about all things physical health. So let me give you a little bit of her background. This woman has been transforming clients' body, mind, and spirits worldwide for over 20 years as a celebrity empowerment mindset coach and trainer. She is an author, and she is the host of a top-rated podcast called Empowered Within. Jennifer is a multi-passionate entrepreneur, spiritual thought leader, detail-loving, stubborn as heck achiever, unshakable optimist, and a philanthropist. She is a self-care activist, a fur baby mama. Oh my God, we have so much in common. And a ocean-loving, intuitive empath. So from her coaching to training, from her advising to writing, to her top-rated podcast, Empowered Within, Jennifer has been leaving her inspirational, empowering, and transformational touch on clients and celebrities worldwide for well over 2 decades. I am so excited to have her here and for my audience to get to know her because she is so incredibly interesting. So Jennifer Pilates, thank you so much for being here on the Secrets of the Self-Made.
Oh, Tracy, thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to dive into everything body, mind, and spirit with you today.
Awesome. Awesome. So, as you guys know, I'm going to capture her secrets to becoming self-made. I'm going to get the mind math formula that she has used to get where she is and to where she's becoming, like where she's going. I'm sure that her secrets are her best practices and they're probably constantly being refined, but we're going to capture what it is that she has to offer today, and they will be posted for you to go in and utilize as a best practice. So Jennifer, I want to better understand like what got you into this business. Like I know that there was probably some personal life experiences that, created a calling. What was that for you?
Yeah, for me, finding Pilates came out of a traumatic car accident. So I was well on my way climbing the corporate ladder in the senior living industry, specializing in building, selling, marketing, retirement communities, and specializing in Alzheimer's disease. And I had the plan. I knew what I was supposed to do. This is, what I thought I was supposed to be doing, following those keys. I'd been in that industry since I was 15 years old. And at the time, I was growing by leaps and bounds, and I was incredibly unhappy. I took a job for reasons that I tell people now never to, for the location and for the pay. And I was very young. I was in my late 20s and took a job that was a big deal, being an executive director at the time. And my passion was being an advocate for residents and their families. And my passion was helping them move in, move out, the marketing aspect, the healthcare aspect of it. And when I jumped to that next level, it became bottom line. It became numbers. And I was so miserable. I was crying to my mentor every day. This is horrible. No one respected me, because of my age. Everyone, it was just a debauchery in itself. However, at the same time, I was doing a lot of good, building a special building at that time for Alzheimer's disease. And having that as my specialty, my soul was just miserable. And so one day driving home, I look up and there's a car barreling at me as I'm sitting in a red light with 6 lanes of traffic and nowhere to go. And in an instant, my world changed. And I went from being able to go to work 9 to 5, 40 plus hours a week to not being able to get in my car, being in pain 24/7, in and out of doctor's offices for 7 to 8 hours a day. The blessing was that this transpired in Boulder, Colorado. So at the time, the mecca of holistic healthcare, things that I didn't necessarily know of or had experienced coming from Cape Cod. And so that was an incredible blessing, from chiropractic care to craniosacral to specific massages to psychologists to neurologists, acupuncturists. And so I'm seeing all of these people and I'm in pain and I'm unhappy. And finally someone says, you should see this one instructor. She's really great. She specializes in rehabilitative care. Well, she was the Pilates instructor. And so fast forward, I rehabbed with her for a year. I was slowly getting back to my job, yet still not happy with that in itself. And, God blessed me in that moment, and the company wasn't doing well. And I made an adult decision and said, you know what? I know layoffs are coming, lay me off, thinking like I'm really empowering myself in this moment. Time goes by. I'm still very part-time. And one day my regional director shows up and the HR, woman was like, hey, we're all going to go to lunch. So let's go. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds great. And so we go to lunch and they're like, okay, so we're laying you off. And I was like, wait, what? What do you mean you're laying me off? So here I was, like, shocked. I was receiving what I asked for, but I was still shocked because my ego was shocked, right? Like my heart was like melting and crying of happiness. And my ego was like, well, wait a minute. What does this mean? So it was really this division moment of where I thought I should be, what I thought I should be doing based on how I was brought up and what I was told versus what my soul and my passion was and what I was being called to do. And so I was laid off, and it was an incredible blessing on top of the accident. A year of rehab with Pilates. I and all my other doctors, by the way, because there was a lot of neurological issues going on. There was soft tissue damage from the base of my skull down to the base of my tail. So a lot of stuff, you could say, right, working on. And there was a small settlement through the car accident, which was just enough to go to the Pilates Center in Boulder, which is considered the Harvard of all Pilates schools. And so when the time was coming, I was ending my rehab. I, at this point, know everyone. I pretty much could teach it myself. And that's what one of the instructors said to me, you're really good at this. I think you should go to school for this. And I didn't think twice. Like, I was just like, okay, oh, look, here's the exact money I need. Boom, this is what I'm going to do. And my mission from day one was, as long as I could help just one person not be in pain and feel anything close to what I felt, that was my mission. And now 23 years later, I'm blessed to have touched thousands of bodies around the world and continue to help people not need surgery and get out of pain and feel better, more confident in their body. And that's everything for me.
And I'm guessing that people come to you for very diverse reasons. I mean, you probably see the people who are in chronic pain, but do you also get the people who are just wanting a better way to expand their mental or their physical fitness routines and strengthen their muscles in probably one of the most efficient ways?
I do. I've always been known as the fix it. If something's wrong, you call Jennifer. So whether that was a celebrity or professional athlete, or whether that was my 89-year-old client who didn't want knee surgery, that's my niche. My niche is helping people to have better alignment in their body, have that body-mind connection, and understand what it's like to be in your body and live in your body, and how of a wonderful place that can be when you're in alignment, and how to work not through pain, but releasing it, which is very different. Wow. And then also, yes, I've had clients that have come to me, prenatal, postnatal, that say, hey, I just, again, want my body back. Yeah. I generally don't attract someone who goes, oh my God, I think Pilates is amazing. I'd love to do it. That's just never, generally that's like 1 in a million. I really attract those people who they've tried everything else. Nothing has worked. They truly want to, have a difference in their body. They want to feel good, and they know it's a lifestyle. And so they have that passion behind it, even though they may not understand it. And then, so it's just a matter of peeling back that onion layer from layer, and then getting to the deeper, meaningful issues within, which generally is, okay, what's going on at home? What's going on at work? Because it's never just, oh, I have a sore knee. It always goes much deeper than that. And then that's how my coaching practice was born, because every Pilates session ultimately turned into some sort of a coaching session in itself. So, which is beautiful. I love it, right? Again, that's the body, mind, spirit connection, and being able to help on all levels is so important.
Yeah. Okay. So you kind of touched on the body, you've touched on the mind. Give me a little bit more of what is the spiritual connection all about?
So I feel the spiritual connection is really being in your body and in alignment, because a lot of us live out of our bodies in disalignment. And that's where dis-ease and different things can come up. That's where we're not connecting to our emotions. That's where we're pushing things under the carpet. And then all of a sudden we have stomach issues and we have headaches and aches and pains because we're not dealing with emotions. And so that becomes cellular, that becomes spiritual, that becomes, taking care of your inner child, listening to your higher self, and that alignment. So I do always feel that it's all connected. I don't think someone, you could ever come in and just be like, I just want to work on my mind today, Jennifer. And I'd be like, really? Okay. Yeah, it just doesn't work that way. Like, it's all encompassing. And a great example I can give is the one time when I was starting my Pilates rehabilitation, and I went in and I was on the equipment on the reformer, and I was laying down, and we're doing something what we would consider very basic, and it's just footwork. And I set up to do it, and she talked me into the position. I hadn't even moved yet. And it was about the breath work and connecting the breath to the body and just being in that moment. And tears just streamed from my eyes. Like, I couldn't stop the tears, because in that moment, my body finally released. It wasn't in fight or flight anymore.
Yeah.
And it just felt safe. And so that is such an incredible spiritual connection. And that's what that means. It doesn't mean that we're sitting here and, we're talking about God and the Dalai Lama and all of that, of which I'm happy to talk about. This is the spirit in your body. This is the spirit that keeps you alive, that keeps you living, that keeps you going day in and day out for your passions and your family and what is it. And that's the spirit when it comes to Pilates.
Yeah. I've had moments like that where I'm either just, stretching or holding a pose, deep breathing, and you just really connected mind and body. And it does just, it's such an emotional moment. And so I completely resonate with that. So, okay. So, fast forward those 23 years, what does your day-to-day look like right now?
It's crazy. Tracy, it's crazy. It's crazy. And I love it because I am not someone who was ever meant to be a 9-to-5er. I'm not someone who can do the same thing over and over again. So my days vary, but what they do include is Pilates. They do include me holding podcast interviews as well as having amazing opportunities like today to be a guest. They also hold opportunities where I am not only working with clients privately, but I'm behind the scenes making the videos, making the meditations and the healing sessions, working on bringing other holistic practitioners in for live workshops to present to the community, as well as working on my writing. And then there's my intuitive reading and coaching. So one day will hold maybe more than the other based on depending on what's going on. Like today is a pretty decent balance of everything. But there are other days where generally like Thursdays is a heavy podcasting interview day for me. So that's pretty much, I don't really do Pilates on that day. I'll practice for myself, but I'm not bringing on clients and things like that. That's the one day that's always that, just for that energetic reason, because I give so much out when doing interviews, as you know. But other than that, it's always this beautiful mix and flow. And I have given up to-do lists. I do have goals for the day. I have goals for the week. I don't have per se goals for the month or year anymore. They come based on what's going on in the moment in time. I've really learned to be in the flow. And I've learned that when I am in the flow, that is when I'm creating magic through the world. And that's when the magic happens between me and clients and even, Betty Lou in the grocery store. These beautiful moments transpire. So I know what is important and what I would like to get done, but I don't hold myself to that every day when I get up. If I am guided to do something, then I do that because I know that there is a higher power that guides why I'm here and what I'm here to do and how I'm here to show up and serve. And that's super, super important to me. So, I always make sure that what needs to get done gets done, but it's always like, okay, what am I really being guided to do? Like here, I thought I was going to do all these videos before our session today, and the landscaper showed up. So that was the universe being like, nope, not today. And I was like, and I got pissy for a minute. And then I was like, whatever, it's just not today, and I moved on from that. And that's taken years of mindset practice, right? I could have just stayed and stewed over that for quite some time. But why? It's not worth it. And so that's where, a good mindset practice and breath work and spiritual practice comes into play to be able to just continue to move on and stay in a flow and stay in that positive, mindset that, everything happens for a reason. And in every moment, there is a lesson. And in every moment, there is a blessing. And it's up to you to find it.
Are you ready to lose inches, increase strength, and tone your body from head to toe? Are you ready for a total body, mind, and spirit transformation? I am excited to announce that I am launching my exclusive 8-week Pilates Return to Life training program. This will give you an opportunity to have a total body, mind, and spirit transformation of health and wellness to a new lifestyle. Imagine in 7 days you will feel a difference, in 14 days you will see a difference, and in 8 weeks you will have your new Pilates body. So what do you say? Want to join me on the mat? Head over to jenniferpilates.com today. Space is limited. Use this special promo code EW and the word special, EW special, to receive $200 off while space is available. Head on over to jenniferpilates.com and I'll see you on the mat.
Yeah, that's so good. So I'm sitting here feverishly writing down her mind math. And for those of you who follow this and you want to, try your hand at Jennifer's secrets to becoming self-made, here's what it looks like. She has a belief, her thought that she's operating from, which is definitely coming from her prodigy, her very intentional prefrontal cortex, is that, I'm always being guided. She's so convicted in that, right? So she has a belief that she operates from, which makes her feel in flow. It makes her feel like it's almost magical. That's the feeling that's driving her behaviors, creating her success. So if you're somebody who's like, I don't know how to get myself into practice every day, I don't know how to, take care of myself first. You have to start with the belief, right? And sometimes the belief is just like that little mustard seed of it's possible to believe that I'm being guided. It's possible to believe that, I can be in flow, right? Sometimes it starts with those possibility beliefs or statements, but Jennifer obviously has evolved and she's learned, she's constantly learning day after day after day. And this is now what she operates from. So it actually probably has become more of her default operation. But like she said, this morning, the landscapers showed up. And for that quick moment, she felt that unwanted feeling of frustration. That's when she's operating from her primitive brain, right? Her fear-based brain, but she noticed it and she intercepted and she reminded herself, which again puts her back to operating from her prodigy brain. And so that's when she finds herself doing the things of service, right? She obviously is very valuable to all of her clients, and she feels probably best when she is of service. So she finds herself, in the podcasting host position, in the podcasting guest position. She's writing she's authoring her book. She's creating videos on demand. She's doing the one-on-ones. This is a woman who is very intentional. And that's the key, you guys. You have to stay intentional. You have to stay aware. So, and what does that create for her? What is her mind math equal? A very balanced, a very beautiful mix of all the things that are important to her. And it feels like she's in flow. So that is amazing. I can't wait to actually publish that for all of the listeners to hear. I'm so curious though, Jennifer, how do you balance it all? There's got to be some some actions that you're probably very intentionally taking. What does that look like on a day-to-day basis?
So for me, I always start my days with a meditation, with breath work and self-healing. So that's my grounding. That's my alignment. I prefer, and I was laughing, I was thinking about today, I prefer not to speak to other humans before 10 a.m. If I can do it, that's my time. And from there, I have time with my fur babies in the morning. I take time for me just to center. On certain days, I'll always go for a walk over by the bay or by the ocean first. It doesn't always happen right away. Like this morning, it didn't, but I'll do that after our interview today. So that's still a non-negotiable at some point throughout my day. I keep my word to myself so that my body, my mind, my spirit learns to trust me. Because for years and years and years, it's not that way. And that means like saying like, oh, I'll go to the gym today and then you don't. Oh, I'll start my diet today and I don't. And so I have learned that your body begins to distrust you. So now over the years, I'm rebuilding trust within myself again. And, every day, generally, I'll also have a special Reiki healing session in the afternoon, which my fur babies join in on, and winding down at night. Like I'm really good about now, I will say, I haven't always been the last few years, but now is shutting down my phone by 7 p.m. And here's how I do this. This is a trick. I set an alarm on my phone. Now, my fur babies also know when it's time for me to stop working. And so there's like this double duel to let me know, like it's time to call it a day. So by 7 p.m., like phone's got to be down, everything's got to be shut down at that point. And the same thing in the morning. I have like the alarm will go off between 7 and 7:30 and be like, God bless this day. It's a beautiful day kind of thing. And so I really take those moments during the day for me, because the more my cup is full, then it's not me necessarily giving away my cup. I'm giving away the energy that's filtering through me. So that I can stay full, but still serve, still show up and serve. So, all those, every day there's all of that built in. And I make sure, on top of taking my, whole food supplements and all that, all that kind of stuff. But the mindset practice, the breathwork practice, the Reiki healing for myself, the getting in nature, especially being an intuitive empath, is huge for me. Huge. And I don't care if it's cold, or I would rather walk in 0-degree weather than walk in 80-degree weather. But that's me. Yeah. I believe you can dress for the day, but you can't dress when it's 100 degrees, right? Like that's an issue. Yeah. So that might be a pool thing. That might just be jumping into the ocean or getting up ridiculously early. But, for me, it's connecting to nature and grounding keeps me centered and keeps me going. And in those moments throughout your day, like when you have like that angst of a moment, remove yourself from the situation, shut it down, turn on music, dance, get outside for a walk. You just have to change. And it's not as easy as just changing your mindset, right? Change your environment, change the music, go eat something, go do something to redirect your energy back to being in that flow. And that's key. And that's taken, again, many years. This isn't an overnight success. And it's, it's an everyday success. It doesn't mean you don't have triggers, because we're all growing and we're all learning, right? This school of earth, like we're here to learn. So we're never not going to be done. And when we are done, then we're going to transition to wherever we transition to. But yeah, those are some of the practices that I do. And, journaling comes in and out, or dictation. We were talking about this book that I co-authored. I dictated through my phone. And what I found, for those people that don't like to write, and I do like to write, the dictation that I did was actually a whole book in itself. And I didn't realize it because I was in such flow sitting there speaking into my phone. Versus had I tried to just sit and write, it would have been painful. But I wrote 3 times what I needed for that chapter to be a part of that one co-author. So I say, if you've got a story in you, start there, and you can do that while you're out walking. You can double up on your tasks, so to speak.
Yeah, that's best.
I believe they call it stacking tasks or something like that.
Yep. No. Yep. Habit stacking. Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Exactly. So, and I'm a walker, so I love to do everything while I'm walking. Yeah. After I've grounded into my breath work and my practice, then I'll invite in maybe a text or maybe a phone call, because I'd rather be walking and talking than sitting down and talking.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm right there with you. So tell me, what does it look like to hire you as an empowerment coach? What are like the options, and what does it entail? What could the client expect?
Sure. So every program is customized to whatever a client is coming to me for. So we determine through your conversation, we do a complimentary consultation as to what are your goals, what do you need? And generally, I always say the theme, whether that be personally or professionally, whatever's playing out will play out vice versa in the arena. So whatever's going on at home is going to go on at work, and vice versa. So we set up a program for you. And for some, that may be a 6-month intensive program. For others, it may be a 3-month program, and we're talking biweekly, and we have check-ins and we have action statements. And, there's that support, voice support that you can have 24/7 as well going through. So it's very, it's a lot of accountability, a lot of handholding, and a lot of support to get you through what you need to get through. There's that aspect. And I have a lot of different tools in my box, depending on what's going on. Not everyone needs to go to a subconscious level, but if we need to go there, then we go there too. And so we sort of just see, what is the root cause? How can we get there? How can we remove that trigger, that root, and replace it with a belief so that you can move forward and release the blocks that you've had, whether that be personally or professionally or both, and get you moving in the direction that you feel you desire and that you're worthy of, and to make sure that you realize that you truly are worthy of what is in your heart.
Fascinating. And you had mentioned that you have an 8-week program coming up. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah. So I'm so excited about this, Tracy. So this is a really cool 8-week accountability Pilates program. And so this is truly encompassing your body, mind, and spirit. And we are starting on April 11th and going through June 2nd. So if you're looking for your summer body, if you're looking to just after Easter, the baskets, the candy, you need to kick something off, this is a great opportunity. So we have live and on-demand classes. We have live and on-demand workshops where I'm bringing in other holistic practitioners. We've got meditation and healing sessions going on, so that it's this wonderful community that we have where you have me. And we're going through these 8 weeks together. And what I love about this is that we'll be into about a minimum of 16 classes. So at that point in time, you will not only feel different, but you will see differences in your body, whether that's losing inches, whether that's your posture is better, whether the weight is changing. This is a perfect, really good intro to really dive into Pilates, the true body, mind, spirit aspect. And then adding on the workshops and the sense of community on top of it is a really special feature that I've been building this program for quite some time. So I'm super excited to launch it on April 11th.
Excellent. And I will have the link in the show notes for all of you who want to check that out. And then we also mentioned that Jennifer is an author, so you have to check out her book as well. Anything else that people should be, social media channels, where can people find you?
The best place to find me is on my website, jenniferpilates.com. And you can see everything about the Pilates, the coaching, the podcast, the book is all there, as well as the new on-demand Pilates studio. So that will be there as well. If you want to seek me out on social media, you'll mostly find me over on LinkedIn, hanging out over there. Everything right there on jenniferpilates.com. I'll be happy to continue this conversation if anyone has any questions that they have. I would love to chat.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Jennifer. This has been such a great way to start my morning. I'm sitting here looking out at snow and Jennifer's looking out at sun. And so I was so excited to get to know her, and I'm sure my audience is as well. So thank you so much for being here, and hopefully we can stay in touch.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much, Tracy. This was a true honor.
Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode. Please remember to rate, review, and subscribe to Empowered Within with Jennifer Pilates. Your feedback is important. It helps me to connect with you and gives me insight into who you are and what you're enjoying about the show. For today's show notes and discount codes from today's sponsors, head over to jenniferpilates.com. Until next time, may you live an empowered life from within.